Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I hope everyone's well. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, so the supplies I use today you can purchase from Stampin' Up through me on my website at the address at the top of the screen, and it's linked below. Also, if you need to have the measurements, you don't have to write them down now. I will put them on my blog that's below also. Today's box, I think, is a cute one for a little boy, maybe. It is using the Best Delivery stamp set, and it measures, what did I write? 4 1/4 by 4 by 1. And inside will fit 4 mini Twix. You can put kisses in there, but this just gives you a reference as to what. These are the fun size. Alrighty. Okay, don't forget that this month till the end of February is Celebration. You get a free product for every $50 you spend, and anybody who orders $50 or more from me this month, I will send a free pack of embellishments. All right, so for this project, we need a piece of Bermuda Bay Cardstock that is 11 by 5. We need 4 of these hearts I cut out with the Sweethearts dies that are out of Bermuda Bay. And I used this, I don't know if you can see, this strip right here with the, from the Sweethearts dies for those. That's the only thing we use from the Sweethearts dies. Okay, we need this pattern from the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. This is a celebration item, so you can get it free with $50 purchase. Just to stamp the truck, as you can see, there's a piece here. I just cut off the back of the truck, so it had a nice pattern on it. That's what we're going to be stamping the truck on one, and then we're going to be stamping it on some basic white also. And then we need a different pattern of the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. We need 2 that are 4 by 2 1/2, 2 that are 3/4 by 2 1/2, and 2 that are 4 by 1/2. Alrighty. Okay, so let's start with our box and our 11 by 5 inch piece of cardstock, Bermuda Bay. Alrighty. And we're going to start on the 11-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, and 10 1/2. And we're going to turn it to the 5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 3 3/4, and 4 1/2. Then I'm just going to fold and burnish, and actually I'm going to fold this first one kind of back. You don't have to fold it all the way because it's this strip at the top. All right, and then all the rest are going to go the regular way. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to cut our tabs and then get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles and the square up there. Alrighty. So your skinny rectangles are on the top and the right hand side, and there's a 1-inch strip at the bottom. We're going to start over here on the left, and there's a square here. So I'm going to, when I make my first cut here next to the square, I'm going to leave the score line on the square so that that bump gets cut off when we wedge it. Okay, so the score line's right here, and I'm cutting on the outside of it. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to wedge. So that gets rid of the bump that is a score line on the tab. Alright, if you're landing out with the bumps on it and you don't like it. Alright, go to the other side of this long rectangle, and I'm going to leave these score lines in the square. Okay, and then wedge the square, and then it takes the score lines right out. Alrighty, follow this rectangle, and we're going to get rid of this rectangle and wedge a little bit up into the one above it. Okay. Now we're going to turn it 180, and we're going to start on the bottom left again. Okay. I'm going to take away this square and this rectangle. So I'm going to leave the score line on there. If it doesn't matter to you, you don't have to worry. All right, so we're going up to the second score line and then wedge a little bit into the what's left of the skinny rectangle. All right, we're going to leave these two rectangles alone, go to the other side, and cut up to the second score line, go to the other side of these, and cut to the second score line. Now we're going to get rid of that rectangle that's on the bottom there, and then wedge both sides of this rectangle, which we're treating like a square. Okay. Alrighty, go to the other side of these two, we're leaving alone. Cut to the second score line, get rid of the one on the bottom here, and then wedge sides of this rectangle. Okay, and that's it. And this is what your cardstock should look like after you've scored it and cut it. Okay, now we need our tear and tape. And we're going to put it on what's left of the skinny rectangle close to the score line. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get the backing off. All right, flip it over, flip the side with the adhesive on it, and then close the other side on top. Now, if it doesn't match up exactly, you might have been a little shy or a little over when you did your measurements, then just pick it up like this and match them, okay? It'll only be a little bit, it shouldn't throw it off at all. All right, so now this is our back. We're going to put the sides in and the back, and now this is where we want to put the other piece of DSP of tear and tape, and this is toward the edge. Oops. Alrighty, get the backing off. Okay, and then you just want to make sure that everything is squared up nicely, and then just press it on. And I'm just going to press inside the box to make sure that it's really good. Okay. All right, now these will go in the tabs, and then you have your box. Alrighty, now we're going to take our DSP, and the two pieces that are 4 by 2.5 are for the back and the front. Well, this is the back, the front and the back. Okay. Okay, then we have two pieces that are 1/2 by 4. And they're going to go on that strip that's right above the body of the box. Okay, and then the last two pieces are 3/4 by 2.5, and they're for the sides. All right, now we're just going to let that all dry, and we're going to do our stamping. All right, so we need our Stampin' Pierce mat, because this is photopolymer, and Tuxedo Black Ink, and our truck stamp. And this again is Best Delivery. And I'm just going to put the whole thing on. I'm just going to leave it there a minute because it's not the nice cardstock. It's the DSP, which can have a little bit of a different stamping on there. Okay, and then do, ooh, this is way too small. I need a new piece. Now with the basic white, great. Okay. Now, let's just let the basic white one dry a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, on this one, if you notice, I cut out the bottom bumper with this. I don't want to do that at this time. So we're just going to be cutting out the actual box truck piece, not any of this bumper. Okay. All right, now we're going to take our liquid glue and we're going to glue it. Let me just cut this out. Okay, and this is going to fit right on top. Just like that. All right, and we're just going to glue that. I guess this is paper piercing, kind of. I'm not doing the whole thing, just the bed of the truck. Or the cargo area. Maybe it's not the bed if it's not a pickup truck. Alrighty. Okay, now we need 3 markers. I'm using light and dark Smoky Slate and light Pool Party. And I'm going to take the dark Smoky Slate and I'm just going to put a little bit at the edges of all the bumper. And then I'm just going to fill in, oh, actually, and just do kind of like the outer ring of the hubcaps. And then we're just going to blend it with the light Smoky Slate. Okay. All right. And then the cab, I'm just going to do in light Pool Party. Now, I probably should have stamped on the bed of the truck before I glued it on in case, but we could always glue over it. And I'm going to use from the Best Delivery stamp set, the sentiment that says, sending lots of love today and each day after. And we're going to use Tuxedo Black again. And I'm just going to kind of try to center it in between those lines there. Good. Okay. Now I have to cut out this too. Okay. I love how this comes out. All right, and then just make sure what's the front of your box, and we're just going to put this on the front with dimensionals. Okay, and then I'm just going to try to center this right. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to put, well, first let's punch a hole. I'm going to put the two top pieces together. Try to keep them straight. I'm going to punch a hole. 2 holes. Okay, 1 on each side. Then we're going to put our candies in. And it will accommodate something a little bit fatter. These are less than 1 inch wide or high. Okay. And then I'm going to take my pool party sheer ribbon. I'm just going to tie a bow. All right, and then, well, you could do this before you put the bow on too. I'm going to glue 4 of the Bermuda Bay hearts onto this top piece here. And I'm going to use my silicone mat. And my take your pick tool and some glue. I'm going to use this sticky side, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the mat. And I'm going to pick up a heart, just dab a little bit of glue on it, and I'm going to start on the side ones, because those will kind of anchor where the other ones go. If you make these the same on each side. Whoops. And then with the glue, you can kind of, whoops, it's too much, slide it a little bit. Okay, and then just put the other 2 in the middle. I might need a little bit more glue to this last one. Okay, and then this will just wipe off with a baby wipe, or if you wait till it dries, it rolls off the mat. Every once in a while, I just give it a good rinse off in the sink. All right, and then for the final touch, I still need that. I'm going to use some of these adhesive backed Hexagons. These are in the mini catalog as well as the stamp set. The DSP is from the Celebration catalog. All right, and I'm going to use these, which kind of look maybe Bermuda Bay, but they're close enough. And I'm going to put one up here. That's the biggest one, and a medium one over here, and then a small one right about down there. And that's it. Thank you for coming and watching. I appreciate the time. If you have any questions, my email is below. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you have any questions, of course, email me. And the link to my blog is below if you want to have the measurements. Okay, have a great day, and I will see you after the weekend. Have a good weekend. Bye.